What's up, everyone? I'm the Classic Rocker, and tonight we are back with some more Fortnite Super, and we are going to explore the topic of, is there a problem with gyro in Fortnite? Can it be fixed? And the reason why I kind of want to get this off my chest is because I've been working this problem for 3 years now with gyro, and it's always been a carrot that I've been chasing, and every time it almost gets to the carrot, I have to start over again, or I have to change something up. So tonight we're gonna see if we can figure out what the problems were from yesterday, because yesterday and about a week ago I've had probably some of the best Fortnite matches of my life, only to just not be able to control it anymore shortly after that, like the next day, or even sometimes within just a few hours. And so trying to understand what it is that makes gyro unstable and trying to fix it is the goal of this channel. My goal. Because I believe that if somebody can make this work and demonstrate its capabilities, because when it does work, it's like magic. It just goes exactly where you want it to go. And then when it doesn't, it's so terrible. So trying to come up with the solutions for this has definitely been daunting, but it's also been fun. You know, just trying to experiment and figure things out, trying to find different ways to play this game. And I think we've succeeded at that part of it. But in terms of making the correct adjustments, there's that SMG glitch, bro. As much money as is in this game, they should be able to catch these things and fix them almost instantly. It's crazy. So I've made some adjustments since yesterday, and primarily the things that I'm talking about that I'm looking for solutions for has to do with, let's say this is the target. Sometimes it snaps right on without even thinking, and other times, no matter how hard you try, you can't get it. It'll just go over here, or it'll go over here. So we're going to see if we can figure out what those things are. My theory right now, and I sent a message to Jib Smart saying I used to have a clue. I don't have a clue anymore. I've tried literally everything, and tonight there is some more stuff I'm going to try. But outside of that, I don't know where else to go. I'm just going to keep trying to come up with ideas. But basically, what I believe it has to do with is, I believe it has to do with minimum thresholds. I believe it has to do with vertical and horizontal ratios. And I believe it has to do with filters. If it's hardware related, then, you know, there's nothing that can be done. You know, yesterday I was almost convinced that it was hardware related, but after playing with it today and making some adjustments, you know, maybe it's just a matter of not setting it up right. You know, and there's something that I haven't fully discovered yet. Like, I thought I might have understood it, but you know, maybe I'll get a better understanding. Because every time I've been at this spot where it felt like I didn't understand and the progress that I was making felt like it was lacking, I've come up with a new discovery or solution. So maybe we'll come up with this tonight. Who knows? But that's what we do here on this channel. We're GXG, we're Gyro Gang, dedicated to Gyro for Fortnite. And we're going to try and make something happen. And if we solve this problem, we solve everything. Because we can make... If we can get the solutions for this, then we'll make it available to everybody that's been having problems. I'll be able to show them what to do to fix it. Hey, what's up, Bassmaster Burton Fishing? Good to see you, man. I definitely had a great day, homie. Definitely had a great day. It was hot. It was busy. But it was rocking. Hey, what's up, Zardy? Good to see you, homie. Well, nothing is off the table. You know, if I can't find a solution within the next few weeks, I'm not going to abandon the project, but I'm going to focus on just Boost and trying to do something great with the game in a way that I know I can control it. You know, because what ends up always happening is I find something that's just so incredible and then it just doesn't work the next day or the next time I play the game. And the whole time I've been under the theory that I'm just not setting it up right, because the controls are very complex. But we'll see. We're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep innovating, trying to come up with solutions. Yeah, well, that's a good point too. You see? And if I can solve this problem and come up with the tutorials on how to fix it, or how to set it up so that you don't have the problems that I've had, then we create the same environment. So that's the goal. We're just going to keep pushing. But the adjustments that I made today, maybe they're it. I've said it before, but I won't know till I test it, you know? Because I tried to think real long and hard all day about, like, what is it exactly that it's not doing right? And what it's not doing right is sometimes it'll snap right on target, and then other times it'll just go to the left or go to the right. Okay, I gotta get out of here. Like, it'll whiff on shots that you normally hit all of a sudden. And you try and you try and you try to line it up and it just won't go, right? So whatever that is, if I run into that tonight after setting these things up like I did with these adjustments, get out of here, homie. You don't understand that you're messing with somebody that's playing Gyro right now. You don't understand what it is that you're doing. That guy thought he was going to do something great to me. He literally came in there so confident, and then he's dead. Oh, I hit him for 172. Okay. So let's see if we can continue this level of control. I mean, yesterday started off very similar, right? But the level of control that I have right now after making these adjustments is just super. So you would be correct, but having never really played Gyro before, it's hard to understand exactly what it is that I'm saying. Because what happens with Gyro is that you make adjustments and then it feels like you're doing the same exact move and it does something completely different. So it's like if I want to lock on this tree, it'll lock onto this tree like 7 times. I wasn't even thinking that he was going to shotgun me to the face right there. You can lock on like 7 times, and then the next 3 times, no matter how hard you even try to line it up, it'll just go to the left or go to the right. That's the problem that happens when Gyro's not set up correctly, is that there'll be things that happen that you do them consistently like 7, 8 times in a row, and then all of a sudden the 9th and 10th time it just will not do anything that you tell it to do. And my mission now is to try to decipher whether this is hardware related or software related. Because if it's hardware related, right, then there's nothing I can do. I can adjust it 1 million times and it will always screw up at some point, right? But if it's software related because the settings aren't right, it just needs to be figured out what those things are that are causing the problem, okay? Hey, what's up, HDT16? Yo, 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 yo. So we're going to see some great stuff tonight. There was great clips yesterday, probably some of the best Fortnite I've ever played, and then only to just lose the feeling altogether and not be able to control it. Same thing happened last week, and you guys have seen me go through these cycles over the last 9 months where I come up with something, I come up with a new concept, everything works fantastically, and then it just goes by the wayside, right? So if I can solve this problem, I solve all of it. So this is literally probably the last problem to solve, is what is making it do that. My theories right now, you know, because I messaged Jib Smart earlier, literally like right after the stream was over, I messaged him. I said, look, I usually have ideas all the time. I'm out of ideas now. You know, I've done everything I can for the last 3 years to try and come up with new innovations, new techniques, new things that will compensate for the things that are messed up, right? And this time I'm like literally grabbing for straws. So I'm theorizing, and let me just show you what I'm talking about here. So your daughter had a 90 crown, hit 90 crown wins today. Insane, man. Insane. So this is what I did different. So yesterday, it was like super level sensitivity, the way I had everything set up right here. Like the best settings I've ever had yesterday. Okay, so it started with this 1.9, 0.77 X cut on the right. And then a 0.1 acceleration multiplier. So what I had yesterday was 77 as a minimum threshold, okay? My theory is that I had this set too high, and before I had it set too low. So playing between 0 and 4, I would get a lot of wobbly motion like this. So watch, let me just show you real quick, okay? So I used to play on 0 or 2 or 4, right? So when you go like this, it after you stop, there's just a little bit of drift, okay? And so the higher you set this threshold, the less driftiness there is, and it just hard stops. So my theory is that yesterday I had it too high. Like, it was great for certain moves, but then other moves, it was just stopping in the wrong spot, right? So that's my first theory, okay? The second thing is, and I gotta go open it up just so I can look at it. Is my smoothing window. Maybe I had my smoothing window set too high. So I've played with low smoothing, I've played with high smoothing. I haven't really done much with low to mid smoothing, so that's what I'm experimenting with right now. No, I wouldn't say that gyro is dead in Fortnite. What I'm saying is that if there's a problem with the hardware, then I'm not going to abandon the project. I'm just going to wait till it gets fixed. And I've got hours and hours of footage to prove that there's something wrong with the hardware, if that's what it is, okay? If it's not the hardware and it's just a settings thing, it's literally just a lack of understanding of what the problem is that is actually happening, because sometimes you think you're moving it to the right and it should stop right here, but the way you have it set up means, like, if you move it just a little bit too fast, it'll end up over here, right? So it's understanding, like, what you've got the overall settings set at and what each part of it does. Because that's the biggest problem with it, is that nobody truly understands what each part of the settings do. You just kind of just guess, and you just do what feels good, and then it doesn't feel good. And then you do what feels good, and then it doesn't feel good again. You know, so I have read a lot of it, and that was back when Gyro first came out for Fortnite. So that was about 3 years ago. In terms of, and that's a good idea too. I can go back and read through it again to see if there's anything that I understand better now, because when I read it before, I had to kind of just guess at certain things because I never played Gyro before, right? But if what I'm doing right now doesn't stay consistent tonight, then that's a good next step, is to read through the Gyro wiki, right? But I believe that if I just keep pushing, I'm going to discover something. Because this is what always happens when I get to this point, is I end up discovering something that I wasn't expecting, trying to fix it. Oh, come on. He just worked me. Yeah, I mean, it could literally just be I have some kind of disability. It literally could be that I'm just not capable of controlling this. And I am just, I've got some kind of problem that my brain says, up, it's time to screw up again, so let's screw it up. I mean, anything is possible, right? But I'm not ruling anything out. But my theory is that this is either a hardware-related problem that for some reason, after a certain amount of time playing the game, it just decides, I don't want to do this anymore. Or it's literally like an equalizer on a stereo. Or an equalizer when you're trying to, you know, record music, right? You may have like certain parameters that you're turning up without realizing it, thinking that you're adjusting the correct part of the sound, and it ends up making other parts of the sound worse because you turned it up. So that's what I'm crossing my fingers and hoping, because that's what I always thought it was from the beginning. That's why I kept with it for so long, was because I was like, this is just like trying to set up a compressor. You can set it up wrong and it sounds completely horrible. But when you learn how to set it up right, it sounds great. But regardless, I'm not giving up. I'm just making it, I'm putting the idea out there that, hey, is there a problem? Is that why nobody has been able to dominate with this, no matter what? Like, I feel like I've taken it the furthest in terms of experimentation, right? But is there a reason why nobody has completely destroyed with this yet and won a tournament? Is it because nobody understands how to set this up for competitive yet? Or is it because there's a hardware-related problem that no matter what you adjust, it will never work for more than 5 minutes? Because when it works, it's literally like magic. And when you get a taste of that, it's so fun. Like, you never want to play anything else because it's so fun to just move and then all of a sudden it points exactly where you want it to go. Like, it's like it reads your mind. It does exactly what you are thinking in your brain. That's what's so fun about it, when it works right. Yes, there's some pros in Japan, right? That won, you know, like $500 using gyro, but they also had aim assist on. Okay, so some people would argue with me and say that I'm discrediting their gyro ability because, according to Jib Smart, aim assist does not have any bearing on anything when you play gyro. And that's where I completely disagree, you know. So right now I'm dying not because I'm playing gyro wrong, I'm dying because I'm having this conversation and not focusing. But, you know, still, The point is that guy that won $500, he quit Gyro and went to mouse and keyboard. So, you know, what I am trying to do from this point forward, that's why I made this the title of the stream. Is there a problem with Fortnite? Or is there a problem with Gyro in Fortnite? Can it be fixed? Is because from this point forward, my mission is going to be over the next few weeks. If I can't fix it, then I'm going to not abandon the project, but I'm going to focus just on boost and aim assist because I know that I've got that figured out. You know, because I spent 6 years now with boost, and you've seen me play with no aim assist, just with sticks, and do pretty well. So if I just focused on that until the problems with Gyro get resolved, then of course I'll pick Gyro back up, because Gyro, when it works, is literally almost like mouse and keyboard. It's almost. It'll never be like mouse and keyboard, but it's almost. In terms of like how magic it feels when you just flick. Now, this is the part that doesn't feel like mouse and keyboard, is that you don't have this intuitiveness like it is with Gyro, because when it works right, it's like you're freaking out and then all of a sudden it just lines up. So like you're over here, you freak out, and then all of a sudden it just goes right here. That's what's so fun and so powerful about Gyro. And if there's a way to get it to work consistently, maybe it's the controller, right? Maybe they need to allow third-party controllers instead of just PS5 controllers to be able to use the native Gyro within Fortnite. You know, maybe that will fix it. Who knows? All I'm trying to do is create awareness and make it known over this next several weeks that this is what I'm doing. And I have been the largest proponent for Gyro in Fortnite since it came out. Okay? So if it doesn't get fixed, then at least it's on record that I literally have done everything that can humanly possibly be done for Gyro. And again, I'm not abandoning the project, but I'm going to focus on boost, which is another aspect of controller that people don't play because they don't understand it. They use mild versions of it, but they could be just completely rocking their controller with boost set up right. And it's just because they don't know how to do it, you know? So there's so much that can be done. So right now I'm testing this last theory that I could come up with, because after this, I don't know where else to go. I might have to read Jib Smart's Gyro Wiki again to get some more ideas, but I literally have had ideas come to me this whole time. I'm out of ideas now. Yeah, so if the problem lies with acceleration, right, then that's a good thing, because all it means is that it can be fixed, right? If that's the case. If it's a problem with the hardware, that can't be fixed. No matter what you do, it will always fail at some point. It'll be magic for 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden it'll just quit, right? But if it's an acceleration problem, then that can be fixed, because all it means is that nobody has discovered the correct acceleration settings to play this game right. And play it consistently and play it in a way that you can be competitive, right? So let me try to lock in now and see if I can actually do something good, because I've spent most of this first part just yakking my head off trying to get this off my chest. And we're gonna see if we can do some crazy stuff like we did yesterday and keep it going. You know, because the reason I'm dying now is because I'm not concentrating. I'm just talking, right? So let's really try to lock in here. Okay, where's this guy even at? And why? Oh, I shockwave myself. See, bro, you see how out of it I am right now? I thought somebody jumped into my box and shockwaved me. But that's how in-depth I was trying to think about what to say about all this. I shockwaved myself and I didn't even realize it. You're stupid, man. See, maybe it is my mind, right? Maybe my brain just says, you know what? It's time for you to just not play gyro anymore. I'm going to screw you up. It's like I'm self-sabotaging it. Hey, what's up, Quack for me? Good to see you, homie. So, again, to your point with the sticks and gyro being used at the same time, if that's the case, and I'm not going to rule it out, right? Because if I'm being a mad scientist, I can't say no to possible answers, right? So let's just think this through. If that's the case, and I am using gyro in a way that wasn't intended because I'm using sticks too, right? Then where are the gyro players that use only gyro that just destroy with only gyro and no stick? There isn't any that I know of. And if you know somebody that can destroy with gyro and no stick, please tell me who they are, because I want to talk to them, watch their footage, understand what they're doing, because whatever they're doing is groundbreaking, right? The guy that is out there that is destroying right now using gyro as intended, according to TSF 1000's theory, right? His theory is that maybe it's because I'm using gyro in a way that wasn't intended, okay? Because I use stick and gyro at the same time. So this is gyro movement, this is stick movement. And what I do is I go gyro, stick, because I lightly rest my thumb on the stick to kind of give it this motion right here, and then I use the gyro to help me nudge it. This is the way I'm doing it. So TSF 1000's theory is that because I'm using it like this is why it's inconsistent, okay? So if that's the case, there's somebody out there, if that is true, there's somebody out there that can go like this and play the whole game like this using no stick and destroy. I haven't seen that person. If they are out there, name them for me, show me their channel, show me any video clips of somebody just completely destroying, playing the game like this. I haven't seen it yet. But I'm not going to say it's not possible. It's possible. I just don't know about it. Because again, I don't know everything. I'm just trying my best to make something cool and fun. And I would say that I've brought some fun to it, but it'll be way more fun if I can do it consistently. But the point is that I'm so close. Everything that I've set up. Oh, I should have had that guy. I almost did that. Everything that I've set up the way that it is right now, it literally is the best sense I've ever had on gyro. You're not seeing it right now because I'm not focusing, right? I need to be able to just concentrate more on what I'm doing. But part of the reason also why I'm talking so much with this is that there are matches where I have played played and not been focused, but because it was set right, it was just doing what I thought in my mind, even though I was having an in-depth conversation, right? So I'm just looking to kind of recreate some of those things that I've had happen to me over the last 9 months. Because one of the variables that wasn't there when I first started this was me talking to you, because I was just doing this by myself. And me talking to you and doing what I do every night has greatly improved the way that I think about the game. And it's greatly improved my ability to think about multiple things and still mechanically operate the game. Because before, I would try to talk and I couldn't even, like before I started streaming, I would try to talk and play the game and I couldn't even really like do anything because I was just like talking and moving mechanically wasn't computing, right? So great improvement in terms of that, okay? And again, all of this could literally just be, I don't know how to do this. And there's somebody out there that knows how to do this better and they're just hiding. They're just like a little mouse in the wall that doesn't want to come out, and the world is waiting for them to show us how to use it, right? But we'll see. Okay, so this match, we're going to lock in. I'm going to try to play like I always play, and I'm going to really try to focus and see if what I have set up is worthy of being competitive, worthy of being consistent. So I'll catch your chats here in just a minute. I'm going to try to lock in. Okay. Let's see what kind of nasty stuff we can do to these guys over here. We're going to play crazy. We're going to play crazy. Did I hit it? I can't tell if I hit it or not. Oh, dang it. I got to get out of here. See how I hit that shot? That was gyro reacting to my body right there. Okay? That was good. I was freaking out, trying to get out of that situation, and I just reacted, and it landed on his head. That's what gyro is supposed to do when you have it set up right. It just does what you think. Oh. Oh, I walked straight into him. Okay. So that was not good. Had nothing to do with gyro. That had everything to do with my ability to outsmart him. So, the benefit of gyro, to answer your question, Quack, for me, is you can use it to have this range of motion right here. But if you need to turn around, you can turn around if you flip it fast enough. So you can program it to where when it flips, if you want it to flip easier, you can program it to respond to you faster, right? Right now, I've got it set to just pretty much respond in this range unless I make a drastic flip. So it's going to live right here, and then when I need it, I can flip it. That's what I try to do with it, and that's how I hit some crazy plays sometimes, is because my movement is set the way that I have it right now. I'm not sure what if your sentence is complete there when you're saying Jib discussing Gyro and his view on the competitive ceiling for it. So you might be having some other sentences coming. Come on, bro. See, that had nothing to do with Gyro either. That was just a bad play, right? I walked straight into his face. Okay. So I said I was going to lock in, and I started talking again. Let's really, really focus, because I know that we're on to something here. At least it feels that way. I'm on to something with the way it's set up. Oh, it won't show me the link. That's why it didn't make sense to me. So if you want to message me in Discord, you can send the link to me there. It's probably the same video that I've seen from Rocket Jump Ninja. Is that the one? Because he did an interview with Rocket Jump Ninja where he was talking about his dream for it to go into competitive and stuff like that. But if it's something different, I'd like to see it. No, and you don't have to say you're bad, bro. Any question you have is welcome. That's what this channel is here for, is for learning, right? It's learning for me. It's learning for you if you want to take advantage of watching me make so many mistakes. You can learn what not to do. And then any little nuggets of gyro knowledge that I actually possess, if it fits with what you are trying to do, then use it. If it doesn't, then, come up with some of your own ways to do it, right? Because this thing is so wide open right now. It's like the wild, wild west, in my opinion, for how to use this, because nobody has really staked a claim, at least for the game of Fortnite, on how to set this up and do it. It's all kind of up in the air right now. But the Rocket Jump Ninja interview was a good one. I saw that right when I first started streaming. Okay, here we go. This match. Let's do some crazy stuff. If I can get a gun. Oh, All right. So let me try and adjust this again, because it's not moving the way that I'm trying to move it right now. So this is a good test. You saw that last flick. I hit the first shotgun shot, and then the second one, it just went too far down. So it didn't respond to what I was trying to do correctly, right? Okay, so let me adjust this now. So if you take what you're saying at face value on it's related to acceleration, right? You could very well be right. And if that's the case, then no one should ever use gyro, because it will never do what you want it to do. Unless you just want to use it just to have some fun for 5 minutes. Because when it works great, right? But if it literally is related to acceleration and you have to make your hand do the same thing every time, there has to be a way to set this up that can account for different positioning so that you can still play the game and you know that you've got a number 1 position that works good. But if you're in number 2 position or number 3 position or whatever, see, this is another thing that we're talking about now that could be a technique that we're coming up with, right? Just like when you play violin, okay? You've got like positions that you have to move to, and you memorize those positions, right? Who has come up with the handbook that says you need to hold the gyro like this in position 1, and then if you need to make this shot, you need to go to position 2, and if you need to make this shot, you need to go to position 3. These things have not been mapped out yet. That's what this channel is for, is to figure those things out. So if you're right, maybe there needs to be a guide that demonstrates this is position 1, this is position 2, this is position 3. And when you do shots from position 3, this is the kind of shots you're going to hit. When you do shots from position 2, this is what kind of shots you're going to hit. When you go to position 1, this is the kind of stuff you're going to do. That's the stuff that has to be organized and set up. But the only way that you're going to figure those things out is by dying 50 million times like I am to go, oh, okay, this is the kind of movement that it takes to do this, and this is the kind of movement that you don't need. And this is the way you have to hold it to do this, and this is the way you have to hold it to do that. You know, so those are some good ideas, right? So it could very well be a matter of you have to switch positions. So if I want to play the whole time like this, and then I'm trying to hit a certain shot that I need to be in this position to hit it, that's what needs to be discovered. You know, maybe you're onto something with that. Maybe the whole problem is you need to have 3 positions that you play. Position 1, position 2, and position 3. And it all just depends on what kind of shot you want to hit. No, I know what you're saying in terms of multiplier, right? But you just gave me an idea, because I know you're talking strictly about acceleration. And if I took what you were saying exactly, literally, for what it means, then it would never be a good idea to play gyro unless you're just trying to just have fun for 5 minutes. Because that would mean that acceleration is uncontrollable and that there's no way that you can ever use it right. But I'm saying that if you can find different positions to ensure the maximum amount of success, then you mitigate for all those problems. And when you need to be able to hit a certain shot, Oh, we killed each other. Okay. Hey, what's up, Voodoo? Good to see you, homie. Sure. Yeah. So the way that I currently have it set up now, and I'm gonna have to make an adjustment again because I've been in a couple fights just over the last 5 minutes that it didn't quite move where I wanted it to. So I'm gonna go back to where it was yesterday, and when it was gold, and see if I can figure out what's wrong with it from there. Okay. All right. So let me adjust this real quick. So in case you missed the first part of this, Voodoo, and you're still with us, I am making it publicly known that I'm out of ideas. Because normally I have ideas on what to do to make everything work. And if I can't find something that is completely stable over the next couple weeks, I'm not abandoning the project, but I'm going to focus just on sticks until Gyro gets fixed. Because it's either I'm not setting this up right, or it's a hardware related issue that causes it to be different almost on a daily basis. And the third variable is that my brain is just not allowing me to do it. No matter how much I try, my brain just says, nope, it doesn't feel right, so I'm not going to let you play Gyro today. That's the other variable. It could be that. It could literally be my brain saying, I don't want you to do this. Well, if the deal is skill, okay? If it is completely related to skill, then where is the person that is completely destroying with Gyro? Because my theory is that the reason why nobody has done this yet is because there's either something wrong with the hardware, or nobody has figured out exactly how to set this up to where they can play like Peterbot yet. So it may be good for you at the level that you're playing at, but if you ever want to play at Peterbot level, right? There's something that is preventing that from happening. Because by now, surely somebody would have just come out and completely destroyed with it. So I'm dedicating this next few weeks to trying to figure out if it's hardware related or if it's just completely a misuse of settings, or if it's completely just my brain. So we had the discussion about the Japanese players already, and the caveat to all of that is that the guy that won $500 switched to keyboard and mouse. You know. So whatever the case is, right? I'm not trying to say that Gyro is never going to be a thing. That's the whole point of my channel. Okay? My point is that if there's somebody that knows how to do this at a high level, then there needs to be some kind of instruction and some kind of way to set this up so that they can show other people how they're doing it. Right? There needs to be something done that gives other people the ability to fix the problems that they're having with it. Hey, what's up, Oxlion? Well, I'm just going to have to disagree with you vehemently. You know, I mean, you might have your opinion on it and you might think that it's your skill level that you're fighting against. But if there are truly gyro players out there that play with 0% aim assist off, okay, I'm talking about with aim assist off. If there are truly gyro players out there that have their sliders turned to 0, okay, that are destroying and playing in FNCS, right? Then they need to step up and they need to show other people how they are doing what they are doing. I'm saying that I don't think it exists. I'm saying that somebody that's playing on gyro that's in FNCS has their sliders turned to 100%. And it's not taking away from their ability to play the game when I say this, but I'm saying that if they can do the same thing and turn their slider to 0, then we've got true gyro power in action, because without it, anybody can just say, hey, look, you're still doing it with aim assist on. So if any of those gyro players that are destroying with FNCS capabilities in Japan or wherever it is that you're saying that they're from, right? I challenge them. This is public. I challenge you to turn your sliders to 0 and let's see if you can still play in FNCS. I said it publicly. I'm trying to make as much noise as I can today in this stream. If this gets attention, great. Okay? Because the gyro community is missing so much that they could be having if other people would show them how to do it. That's the point of this channel. This channel is here to try and show other people how to do this that want to play this game using gyro. But every time that I set this up and get something that does something amazing, the next day it's completely gone. It's like it doesn't even work the same way. So that's why I'm just saying publicly, I'm not abandoning the project. I've dedicated so much time to this. I'm saying that I'm spending this next several weeks dedicated to figuring out whether this is a hardware problem or a software problem. Or it's just a me problem, right? And that I just don't have the brains to be able to do it. It's possible. Ah, come on, man. So if that's the case, and so I know what I'm saying is going to be controversial, but I don't care, right? I can tell you for 1,000% certainty that if you play gyro and you've got your aim assist slider to 100%, your aim is being affected by that slider. And if I am wrong, then what harm is it if you have aim assist off because it automatically is supposed to be disabled? What's the harm in turning it to 0? Because then you prove to everybody that you are truly playing gyro with 0% aim assist. Right? So I hope that what I'm doing tonight catches some attention, because I literally have spent as much time as anybody can spend trying to go through every setting, and my heart and my passion is to try and further gyro for Fortnite, which in turn will further gyro for other games. That is my belief. Anything that is a possibility, TSF 1000, right? I'm not going to rule anything out. You know, I am not stupid enough to say that I know for a fact how to do this, because I don't. it's evident that I have tried literally everything. You guys have seen me play great, and you've seen me play terrible. More terrible than great. But the fact remains that if it's my brain, if it's cognitive bias, whatever it is, I'm spending this next several weeks dedicated to putting this thing to bed, because if I can't set this up in a way that's consistent over the next several weeks, then I'm not going to abandon the project. I'm just going to focus on boost and sticks, because I know for a fact that that works. I've demonstrated it multiple times. You see? So what just happened right there, that's the power of gyro, right? I was freaking out. I was having a deep conversation, and I was able to just flip through everything in just the right way to win that fight. Okay? That guy should have killed me. He had me. But because I was able to just kind of put it where I want, that's the beauty of how this works, is that when it works, it just works so well. But when it doesn't, it's terrible. So I aim to try and figure out what that is. Because, you know, everything I've done on this channel has been to try and further gyro. So don't misunderstand me when I say this. I'm not saying everything I'm saying tonight to say that gyro is bad. I'm saying it because I believe gyro is good, and nobody understands how to actually do it. And so if I can make some noise and get people to actually start paying attention to this and say, hey, look, if there's a problem here, let's solve it. And let's solve it together. Because I can't be the only person in the world that has spent time trying to figure this out. You know, I happen to be the only gyro streamer in the United States that's on YouTube for Fortnite. Why is that? This is supposed to be better than aim assist. So how come nobody is doing it yet? I'm positing the theory that it's because nobody understands it, and it's because nobody has taken the time to map it out. So I've come so close to doing so many great things with this, only to have the next day fall flat on its face. And then the day after that, and then the day after that, and then it comes back again for 5 minutes, and then it goes back to, I can't do it anymore. But if I go to my sticks, every single time it's the same. Just about. There is inconsistency with sticks, but at least I know when it's going to happen. With gyro, it's unpredictable. At least I know that when I move to the right with my stick, sometimes it'll move just a little bit further. With the gyro, you can't tell when it's going to do that. Oh, that shot should have hit. See, that's the power of gyro right there, bro. I literally just wasted this guy using my hands. No aim assist. But can I keep doing it? Right? Some of it is my ability to make plays. I don't think of the play fast enough. But I can feel when I can't control it, because sometimes I can see the play and I try to control it and it doesn't do what I want it to do. I'll have to try and catch up with the chat here in a minute, because I'm trying to lock in and test this. But I literally have been like a mad scientist for the last 3 years trying to figure this out. So I'm trying to make as much noise as I can, because I can't keep doing this like this because I'm out of ideas. I literally, every time I get to this spot, I usually have an idea of what to do. Now I'm out. So I'm trying to really focus and figure out, is this something that is wrong with the controller, or is it wrong with me, or is it wrong with the settings? Those three variables are the main things at question right now. I'm down to try whatever. You know, honestly. You know, right now, I'm working with a concept that Silky GXG came up with. I'm crediting him for reverse acceleration. Because this is the cleanest form of movement that I'm using right now that I've ever had. Okay? Because it's putting all the acceleration in your base sensitivity, and then you decelerate down to a level that allows you really good accuracy. Genius idea by Silky GXG, you know. And I've called for help multiple times through Reddit to try and stir up some passion about trying to take this project up with me. And I can honestly say that Silky GXG has been the only one to actually contribute in that way by coming up with concepts. Good stuff, Silky. He's got his own YouTube channel. He's a gyro player too. You should go check him out. Silky GXG. Oh, I just got stuck on that window edit. All right, so let me see if I can catch up to the chat here. So, all right, so let me start from where, let's see. Man, this blew the chat up here. For sure. Yeah, I have actually tried a lot of my chat settings. So if you want to submit your settings to me, definitely I will try it. I'm down for anything. I have not tried a PS4 controller, so that's another thing to try. Okay, so you turned off your aim assist sliders. Good. And Kurt put aim assist sliders to 0. Okay. Are you sure you have no confidence? Okay, yeah, well, I caught that already. Okay, Voodoo says, okay, let's assume you're right. If you turn your aim assist on, you would start taking fights like the Japanese guys or like Rate or Miro. No, I'm not saying that I would become them instantly. What I'm saying is that I would play more consistently. So, if I copied their settings, because I don't know if you remember when I tried that Japanese guy's settings, his gyro sense was so low that when you turn aim assist on like that, it works pretty good. When you have higher gyro settings and aim assist is on, it's not good. It doesn't help you at all to have aim assist on when you have high gyro sense. So if you turn the gyro sense low and you copy the Japanese player's settings just like they are, and you go 100% aim assist, you can feel it. It actually is easier to hit shots when you use it that way. Hopefully that answers your question there. One thing that helps my lateral movement is to keep the controller upright. Yeah, so this is a theory that TSF 1000 helped me to think of tonight, is there needs to be, just like when you play violin, you're in position 1, position 2, position 3, right? There needs to probably be some type of universal position that we can show people. When you hold it like this is the kind of shot you're going to make. If you hold it like this, you're going to hit these kind of shots. And you hold it like this, it'll help you hit these kind of shots. But those things have to be mapped out. So that's a good theory right there. If you don't use the right stick, then you also ignore the aim assist and you go full gyro ratcheting, and that's the way to go. However, you would need to set your sense higher. Okay, so in terms of that, to respond to what you're saying, Kurt, this is, again, I'm not the be-all, end-all on this, but I can just tell you from my experience, in order to play like at Peterbot level and just use straight gyro, no sticks, and just ratcheting, I don't know who's doing that. Even FNCS level, who's doing that? Who's just using only stick or only gyro, no stick? I honestly haven't seen anything out there that like it. And if there is somebody out there that's doing it, then please show me who they are. I want to see their footage. I want to see their instructional material. I want to see those people that are just literally playing the game like this. Because that's how you would have to play the game to play at a high level and use no stick. You literally would sit here and look like this to play the game. Because the kind of movement that you have to make in order to play this game means that you would have to be like this the whole match in order to get the right speed and everything. And I don't see anybody doing that, so please show me if that's the case. Okay, so I'm not sure which flick you were talking about, TSM 1000. Anzu, hey, what's up, homie? Miku skin, that's right. It is better than control alone, more fair than aim assist, not better than aim assist, because aim assist is technically just a moderated hack. So I disagree with that only because I know what gyro can do. When gyro is set up and it's working, it literally is like magic. Way better than aim assist. Because aim assist is great, but you cannot move like you can with gyro. The movement is completely different. Let's see. So in terms of playing on mouse and not being able to hit anything versus playing on gyro and not being able to hit anything, the difference is that with mouse, you only have 4 variables to worry about. So you can adjust your X, you can adjust your Y, you can adjust your scope, you can adjust your ADS, and then you might have to add the extra 2 of building and editing, right? Because I think that they added those sliders to it too. But you have way less variables to worry about with mouse. That's why it is superior. Okay? Mouse will always be superior, but gyro is more fun if it's set up right. You see? So, and I agree, there's no setting that's going to make you hit everything, but you can tell if you're in control. And that's why I don't expect anybody to believe everything that I say, especially if they haven't gone through all the configurations that I've gone through. There's no way to relate. But I can tell when I'm lining my shots up that it's not lining up right. That's the reason why I know that something isn't working correctly for myself. So it may not be fair to say who's doing that, but it's true. Who is doing that? Just because there's a small percentage of people playing Gyro, right? This has been out in this game for 3 years. It's the largest game in the world. If the largest game in the world can't produce the best Gyro player in the world to play it, something's wrong. Because hands down, if somebody was to dominate this game playing Gyro, they would literally become the #1 Gyro player in the world over all games. Because the #1 game in the world, the hardest game in the world to play, being played by a Gyro player at a high level, that's mad respect. Because why? Because Gyro is supposed to mean that you are using 0% aim assist, which means that you are using only skill. Yeah, so in terms of that, I get that sometimes you miss shots. Like sometimes you're just rocking with the mammoth and other times it's just not doing anything. I get that. And so that's why I don't expect anybody to completely understand what it is that I'm trying to say. Because I just know for myself that I feel it in my hands that I have no control of this right now. Like it is in control and then all of a sudden it's just no matter what I do, it doesn't go where I want it to go. Yeah, so I did also message Jib and say, this update has brought me closer. So you are correct. This last update is the closest and the cleanest I've been able to set up my settings to being absolutely wonderful. Because it's given me the ability to have accuracy that I didn't have before, right? But there's still something there that causes it to be inaccurate, and I'm trying to figure out what that is. And that inaccuracy happens at the most random times. That's what the problem that I've been having is that it will be 7 times in a row money, and then the 8th and 9th and 10th time it will just literally be crap. Like nothing I can do will line up. Alright, so I'm going to shut up now for a minute and try to actually play this game. And I'll try to catch up to the chat later. Because I really, really want to test this out and see what I can do. Oh. I don't know what happened to that guy, but probably somebody's like, hey, can I borrow something from you? And he was talking to somebody. So there is that possibility too, that maybe I'm jumping the gun and that my settings are perfect and I just need to play them for 5 months straight. I'm not going to say that that's not possible. I just think it's low probability because I can feel it in my hands that it's not doing anything that I want it to do at all when it doesn't work right. Right now it's working good, okay? Right now, it's pretty much doing what I want it to do. Oh, I almost did that, bro. Okay. So now let me put it back to where it was yesterday, because this is where I need to compare, because yesterday was some of the best Fortnite I've ever played in my life. For about 5 minutes. Or for about an hour, really. For about an hour. Okay, let's get to where I can adjust this. Well, we're about to find out, because I'm going to put it back to where it was just money. Like, I hit some crazy shots yesterday that I could not believe. So I'm putting it back to here. 77, 1.2, 1.3, 200, 15.7. Okay, so this is yesterday. So yesterday, on these settings right here that I'm playing on right now, I played the best Fortnite I've ever played for about an hour. I didn't win any games, but I was just doing some really crazy stuff because I was trying to get the feel of all of it. Almost won a couple games yesterday. Oh, I just walked straight into that. Okay. So this next match, I'm going to go straight in with the settings from yesterday and see if I can recreate what I did. I would disagree with that because the main, when you don't know what something is supposed to do, you won't know what it feels like until you try it. So that's the reason why I've tried all kinds of different things with this to see what it does. Because it's just like when I am playing with my guitar and I want to create a new sound, or I want to try and copy a sound that I heard on a record, right? You have to go through and literally just dial and dial and dial and dial until you get close, or you hit pay dirt and you hit the right sound. It's the same thing. That's kind of what caused me to fall in love with how all this works, is because it's very similar to adjusting your amp. It's very similar to adjusting your compression. It's very similar to trying to adjust your reverb. It's very similar to trying to adjust your delay. Every kind of effect you can put on your guitar, that's what gyro is like. Because you have all of these different variables that adjust the nuance of how it feels in your hands. And to just, turn it on and just play the game without understanding all of it, that's great. But until somebody actually discovers what these things do and make a practical application for it, it's never gonna do anything more than what it's done. Because for the last 3 years, everybody plays on 1 or 4, and everything else is 1. I mean, who's going to be pro if everybody plays and nobody's doing anything great with it? You see, somebody has to figure out how to use these things and then turn it into something that's a repeatable technique so that they can show other people, oh, this is how I made this happen. I moved my hands like this. I set this to 45, and then I turned this to 2. That's how you create this. Nobody's done that yet. That's what I'm trying to accomplish with this. Well, if you guys think that I have no self-reflection, I don't know what to tell you, bro, because I literally think about what I could do different every day. So, I guess to your point, if you want to say that I'm like Federer and Nadal, okay, I'll take that. But to say that I need to be more self-reflective, I probably self-reflect too much, trying to figure out what to do next. No, so think of it like this. You don't play the same setting for every song, right? Think of every song like a game. So Fortnite is a song, and you want to set this game up to play the sound that you want to hear for this game. If you want to play Call of Duty, then that's a different song. You can't play Call of Duty the same way you play Fortnite using gyro. It's not the same movement. But my point is not to try and convince you of what I'm saying. My point is to try and say, hey, if there's a problem and you have the solution, then post your stuff. If you know more about gyro than I do, post your stuff. If you can make gyro work in Fortnite better than anybody else, post your stuff. Nobody's doing it. You literally are missing out on the greatest opportunity of a lifetime. If everything you're saying is true and I don't know what I'm talking about, then do it better than me. Make a channel. Show other people how to play this game, doing it the way that you know how to do it. I'm not saying you guys are wrong. I'm saying that if you're right, then where are you at? Make something that other people can benefit from, and if you know more about how to play gyro than me, then do something about it. I'll help you, because that's what I want. I want everybody to play gyro. That's what this channel is for, right? I literally have dedicated the last 9 months to trying to be the #1 gyro source of information for Fortnite, right? And as terrible as a job as I've done, I've discovered so many things, and so I just need to just keep trying, right? But if it's not going to work, then I need to focus my effort until it does work on something else. You see? Because I literally have tried, I could say for a fact, unless somebody comes into the chat that says, yes, I've tried every setting known to man, like you have, I literally have tried every configuration 10 times more than any of you guys have. I'm just coming out and just saying it boldly. I have tried all the settings you can think of, and then some. The ones that I haven't tried are some of the ideas that just came tonight through TSF 1000 and I think maybe Kurt. I can't remember who else. I'd have to go back through the chat. But there's a couple of ideas that came that I didn't think of until you guys said something, you know. But that's why these conversations are important, because until somebody maps these things out, nobody's going to know what to do. Okay. Yeah, and you guys know my heart. You know, don't take anything that I'm saying as like, you know, I'm saying it against you. It's not. This is just purely discussion. Because I love all you guys. All right, let's see. Let's actually try to play this game now. Yeah, we can 1v1. Okay. No, that's good. That's good. You know, and even with the zero builders, right? The zero build players that are out there that play Gyro, even if they can't build, they should be destroying in zero build if they have it figured out, right? So where are even the zero build players that just are winning all the competitive things that you can do with zero build? There's not. You see? So if building is the excuse as to why it's not working right, do the thing that you know you can do because you've got Gyro figured out, and just destroy in zero build. Forget about builds. You will literally become the king of Gyro in zero build if you just destroy. So, you know, I'm just saying these things to challenge us. I'm not saying these things to be adversarial, right? Everything I'm saying with love, and I'm saying, look, you guys have seen me embarrass myself night after night after night, trying to do something that's never been done before, okay? For 5 to 10 minutes, I've done that. I just need to find a way to make it happen all night long. In a tournament. Win a tournament. That's the difference between what I'm talking about here, is that I can play well enough and do Gyro well enough for like maybe 30 minutes max before it just completely doesn't do what I want it to do anymore. Like when I get on fire, it's like for 30 minutes and then all of a sudden it just goes away. Okay, I'll have to catch up to the chat here in a minute. I don't know what's being said. I just got to try and do this. But just remember, try not to take stuff personally, because it's not about being personal. It's just, you know, being passionate about what you believe in, right? So I'm trying to find the answers. I'm trying to challenge. I'm trying to draw out the gyro master that's hiding somewhere in this planet and say, hey, look, if you know how to do gyro so good, show us, because I want to learn. I'm tired of dying for 3-4 hours straight and then having a win every 2 weeks. I want to dominate playing with gyro. Yo, what's up, Sunrise? You're catching the great debate that I hope just sparks enough controversy in the gyro world for Fortnite that we get some answers finally. Because I want this to work consistently, but if I can't, I'm saying publicly that if I can't find something that's going to work consistently in the next few weeks, then I'm going to shift my focus to just sticks only. And then I'm not putting gyro away. I'm just not going to make that the focus until these things get fixed or figured out. Because I've literally used all my brain power trying to figure this out, and I can't, I'm out of ideas. So we're working tonight, right now at this moment, with the settings that I used yesterday that were groundbreaking for 5 minutes, and then it went away. And I say 5 minutes exaggerating. It was basically like an hour worth of great footage. I had like an hour's worth of great clips, and then it just all went away. Yesterday. So I spent 5 hours yesterday. One of those hours was great. The other 4 were crap. I don't know what you mean by fighting nature. What does that mean? I don't remember what that was. Okay, there he is. Yeah, one thing that you got to understand about Voodoo is that he sounds, when he writes, he sounds like he's coming at you, but that's not what he means. So I thought that at first too, whenever I first started talking to him, but then I realized that it's just how he writes. And sometimes how he talks, but don't take it personally, because I don't think he means it that way. Hey, what's up, Titanium Gyro? Good to see you, homie. It's been a minute. We're having a good old debate tonight, so you caught us at a interesting time. In case you didn't catch what I was saying earlier, I'm making it public that if I can't figure out how to get this set up in a way that's going to make everything consistent, then I'm going to not abandon the project. I'm just going to focus on what I know works is my sticks only and boost. Until such time as the problems with gyro get fixed, if it's a hardware problem, or until it becomes understood how to actually set this up. Because I've literally tried every configuration And what I'm playing on right now is the closest I've ever come to it. I had probably some of the best clips I've ever had for an hour last night. And then it all went away. So something is causing that to happen, and I got to figure out what it is. So I'm dedicating the next several weeks to doing that, and if I can't figure it out, then I'm just going to focus just on sticks only. You see? That's what I'm talking about. But I do want to give a shout out to Voodoo. For those of you that don't know Voodoo, and you think he's being a jerk right now, Voodoo has been the greatest source of help to my channel. Because if it wasn't for Voodoo, I wouldn't have met a lot of the Gyro players that I talk to now. And he has consistently promoted my stream on the Gyro Discord. So big shout out to Voodoo for everything you've done for this channel so far. You know, in large part, Voodoo is responsible for the amount of eyeballs that have seen this channel. You know, so I just want to say thanks. And once you get to know him, you'll understand what he means when he says certain things. Because sometimes he says things and it comes out in a way that you might think is insulting or whatever, but it's not what he means. You just have to know him. Yes, I have literally... So the concept that I'm working right now is reverse acceleration by Silky GXG, okay? I'm crediting him for that because he came up with the concept, right? But I've also tried no acceleration. I've tried every kind of way to set this up. And if there's a new way that somebody else has that I haven't tried, I'm willing to try it, you know? But I literally have tried so many different people's settings. And some of the things that I tried from the chat have actually given me new ideas. You know, Kobe is me. For a long time, I played with 0.16 as my base sensitivity because he showed me a base sense of 0.02 and it gave me an idea of what to do with it, right? Okay, so I'm going to try one more match. I'm going to shut my mouth and really focus because a lot of why I'm dying tonight is because I'm just getting all this stuff off my chest. But I really, really want to figure out how to recreate what I did last night. If you watch from the 24-minute mark last night and you skim through from there to the 1 hour and 30-minute mark, roughly, like I hit a mammoth pistol shot yesterday without even trying. The guy literally just shockwaved and I caught him midair and hit a headshot out of a shockwave. I mean, that's the kind of stuff I was doing yesterday, and I literally thought in my mind that I was creating the footage that I've been dreaming of all this time, only for it to just completely be bad for the rest of the night. Like I couldn't even get close to doing it. Okay, so I'm going to try to recreate it, sit like I was trying to sit yesterday, and let's just see if we can do this. Thanks, man. I actually might go grab some chocolate milk here in just a minute. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm also going to take these glasses off because they're annoying the crap out of me right now. Okay. I'll take a little fuzziness over annoyance. I feel like it's hindering my concentration because it's like sometimes my glasses help me and sometimes they annoy me so bad that I can't focus. Okay, here we go. Let's get these guys. Oh! I just missed that edit, bro. Come on. Okay. So... it was just a little wonky right there. Oh, I'm out of mats. Oh, bro. Okay, so this is not because I can't control it. This is because I'm just not playing smart. Okay. Let's try this again. Glasses off. And I'm going to go get some chocolate milk real quick. I didn't mean to be AFK like that, but I guess I landed just in time to hit the bottom. Started from the bottom. Now we're here. Here we go. Let's really do this. Oh, I appreciate that, Bass Burton Fishing. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying here. I'm not trying to be hard on myself. I'm just trying to further this game in the world of Gyro. Because currently, it's nowhere. What an escape. What an escape. I've got nothing. I've got nothing. Okay, I'm going to try to remember drift snapping. Okay, that was pretty clutch. Okay. I got to get the feel back for how this works. Oh, come on. I wasn't trying to do that. I was trying to... I was trying to build. So that was where I pushed the wrong button. Okay. I'm just gonna test a theory right now. I'm going to turn gyro off, just use sticks only, and see if I have the same problem just talking and playing this game. So now it's just sticks. Because it feels like it's just like too hard to control for some reason. Oh, that was just stick, bro. Did you see that? That's probably the best shot I've ever done in my life, and that wasn't even gyro. Oh my gosh. Okay. Do you see how much control I have? Difference with the gyro off and just boost. You see, I have to figure out how to match that. That was with 0% aim assist. Oh, what the heck? I had my shockwave out by accident. Okay. See, if I had gyro on right there, I could have probably nailed that shot. So that's the limitation of sticks, is that sometimes you can't move it fast enough to the right spot, even with boost, right? And that's where you have to play more positioning. Okay. So now I'm going to turn the gyro back on. I'm going to try to copy that. Okay, this is exactly where it was yesterday. Okay. Okay. So let's just focus purely on crosshair placement. Purely on crosshair placement. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're gonna chill and just move where it needs to go. Dang it. Oh. My awareness is just garbage right now. I thought I was hiding from that guy and that it, or at least behind the wall, and he still shot me. Oops, I didn't mean to fall down there. Oh my gosh. Almost killed myself right there. Oh, I just walked straight into it. Okay, let's do this again. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep plugging it. Okay. So if I had to guess, I just can't get the feel for what it was yesterday. See, I'm trying so hard right now to get everything to work like it did yesterday, and I can't. So let's figure out what I can do from here. So let's try going more drastic. Let's go 4, 4, 4, 5, just like that. Why do I do that? So my settings were the same as yesterday for the last several matches, and no matter what I tried, I couldn't get the feel for it. Like, maybe for like 2 plays, it worked, and then I couldn't line anything up like I wanted to. Yesterday, it was just pretty much at will. Everything was just lining up and just going. So I don't know what's different, but I don't know if you saw when I switched to just sticks, I was hitting great shots. I just was making bad plays, and I could feel that I was in control of what I was doing when I just went to sticks only with just boost and no aim assist. Oh. I'm just getting so wasted right here. So wasted. Okay. All right. Yeah, so the only variable that I can think of that's different, right, is the way that I feel right now. When I played yesterday, I felt, when I was doing all of that before it happened, I felt great. And then when it started not working right, and I couldn't line anything up, then I got the feeling that I have right now, which is like, it's not panic, it's like a feeling of anxiousness, like it's so close, I gotta make it work, it's right there, and then it just never comes back. So if, and this is what I was saying yesterday, if the only way to play gyro good is to like have a certain feeling before you play, nobody's gonna do it. You have to be able to play and then evoke a feeling because of your gameplay, right? But like if you have to go into the game and like be like, okay, I have to be zen and I've got to be one and I have to be chill, who's gonna play? Who's gonna try to do that every time they play the game? Nobody. Maybe some people, you know, but there has to be a way to set this up so that it's not dependent upon like if you feel good or you feel bad. You see, those things have to be irrespective of what, if that's even the right word. Those things have to be, I don't know what the word is. It just needs to be different. It needs to be, or it needs to be a non-factor. That's what it should be. Those things should be a non-factor. Because in terms of how I'm holding it, how I'm playing everything, or in terms of how I'm moving my hands and the sticks, it's all based on what I do every day. You know, muscle memory of what motions I'm trying to make. You know, just naturally, like if somebody scares me, I'm going to jump like that, right? If somebody's behind me, I'm going to go like that. Those natural body motions are already going to happen. I'm just trying to take advantage of the programming of it so that it does exactly what I want it to do. And I'm in full control of it. I don't understand why I do that. I think I don't quite understand everything you're saying, but I think what you're saying is why don't I just keep these settings and just use them? The reason why I'm not going to keep these settings for 5 months is because I know how this feels right now, and it feels like literal caca in my hands. Like it doesn't feel good. Like I can literally feel it in my hands when I'm controlling it that like this doesn't feel right at all. Like I'm having to really concentrate to try and make it go where I want it to go. That's the reason why I know it's something is different, because when it works right. Okay, here's another thing. This is a test for hardware calibration, okay? All right, here, watch. So I'm setting this down because when I was doing this yesterday, right, I would auto-calibrate it and then it would work for like a little bit and then it would start doing it again. This is what made me start thinking this is a hardware problem, okay? So I'm going to switch this to menus only for 3 seconds is all it should take. All right, here we go. So watch. If it starts to feel, see, it feels different already. Already. I can feel it like it, this feels like it did yesterday right now. Okay? So if this goes away during this match, while I'm playing it, Who's going to stop and turn the menu on just to calibrate their gyro in the middle of a tournament? I feel the difference already. It's night and day difference. It literally felt like garbage. I went to the menus only calibration thing, and now it feels like I can control whatever I want. Like, I don't have to struggle with it. It's just going. Okay, so let's get into a fight and let's really test this. Okay, that was good. Is there somebody below me? Or above me? Oh, they're below. Yeah, it feels way more controllable now that I did the auto calibration. So let's see how long it lasts. Oh, come on, man. All right. So that was just a bad play. Okay. So now I'm going to go to this next match. I'm going to start it off with the calibration and see if it makes a big difference. Okay. All right, here we go. Oh, I got to turn it to auto calibration. I forgot. Menus only. 3 seconds. Okay. Oh! Come on, man. I should have been able to hit those shots, too. Oh, that was a great shot. Okay. So do you see? Now it's like completely off. I couldn't line anything up. That should have been so easy to hit. Okay. Let's try this again. But now I'm going to go straight sticks, no gyro, no aim assist. All right, here we go. Come on, man. Okay, this guy's underground. It's just not my night tonight, man. All night long. All night long. I've just been taking it to the face. Totally out of mats. Oh my gosh. I didn't even see that guy there. So that was just completely terrible. Sticks only too. What time is it? It's 1. Okay. So I'm gonna call it a little bit early. I'm tired. We're going to come back at this fresh again tomorrow. But thank you guys for watching. And hopefully tomorrow we'll come up with something that's actually good. So anyways, love you guys.